Today I wanted to talk to you about a software I absolutely love, which is Sketch Pad, and it came with my Intous 4. Now my Intous 4 is just fantastic. I love it. It is an upgrade from Intous 3 in so many different ways. I love the mouse. The mouse is just, it's a little wider, it feels, and it's very ergonomically correct, which works for me. And the pen holder has all sorts of pen nibs, and including a new improvement, which is the ballpoint. And it has felt tips. And this one is a brush nib, and it has a spring in the middle. It helps you flex a little more, and it acts a lot more like a brush. Comes all in the pen holder, which you can keep here, and you can either hold your pen like that or like this. That's my personal preference. It also has all sorts of nifty little buttons right here, and they actually come after you set them up. They tell you what they are right on it, and I don't know if I lift it, if you'll be able to see. Oh, I got crap under my desk. I don't know if I've lifted, if you are able to see. But with this particular one here, if you press the middle button, you can toggle it to do certain things, including zoom in and out, scroll down and up. It's pretty nice. So here we go. The first thing that you do when you open up the software is you tell it which height and width you want it and the resolution. Usually the software comes with a small file. It's usually something like 800 by 500, and the DPI is like 72. That doesn't work for me. I like to print, so I make it 1000 by 1000 at 300 DPI. Another thing that you'll see is that especially if you've already modified the file size to be larger, is that the program will be slower. And the more pictures you have, or the more sketch pages, I should say, that you have on that particular sketch pad, it's going to make it slower to load. So just a heads up, it can happen, and it will. So I click OK. You also have paper textures. I forgot to talk about that. There's some that look like, hot press paper, just really grainy paper, grainy canvas, really fun stuff, just like in Corel Painter. So if you click OK, you select one, and there you have it. And here you can have multiple pages. Now keep in mind that as many pages as you may have, the slower it'll be when it comes up. Just a heads up. Not my favorite feature, but it does do that. So if you have multiple pages, you can get one here, or you can get one, I forget, right here. Here's where you get the new page. Ta-da! You click OK, and there, you have a new page. Now there is a difference between having a new page and a new sketch pad. A new page is just that, a new page. A new sketch pad is a bunch of possible pages. It only brings up one, but you could have as many as you want. So to go back to the software here, the tools, and the beauty of this is that you can make them as big or as small as you want, depending on what you need. I personally like the pens. They're my favorite. The pencil is perfect. The oil brush is also very true to its medium. Not my favorite because I just never really loved oils when I was in art school, so whatever. There's also markers, watercolors. You can also toggle. You can also toggle it from here for some reason. I don't know. I just don't know all it does. But here's an eraser. Here's a blender, and watercolor, and some acrylic. So there you have it. That's your tools palette. Here is the extra little things that make it nice. You can, with this, you can go back and forth. With this, you can zoom in. Obviously, you can toggle. You can actually go back. This is one of those selection tools. Here's the lasso tool, the paint bucket, the eyedropper, the cropping tool, and the move tool. And let's make this smaller again. And just for the sake of showing you colors, whenever you pick on this, pick colors on this thing, I highly recommend that you make it big. And the reason is because I feel that the point in this is very sensitive, and sometimes it feels like it gets caught. It might just be me, I don't know. In any case, making it bigger does make it better. If you click on here one time, it's fine, but if you have this very small, it's very hard to kind of pinpoint what color. You see how it doesn't want to double click for me? So make it nice and big and leave it on the side. Now let's go back to my first page. And in here you have a layers palette, and you can actually play around with layers. And just like in Painter in Photoshop, you actually have blending options, which I think is pretty neat. So I have pencils. I believe I've got a pencil. I like my pencils to be gray. And I like how this particular pencil option works. It makes you look very, I'm going to draw a croissant. A croissant. It makes you look very professional. I'm going to draw my little poodle that I always draw. There you go. And for those who don't know what his name is, it's Luke. And there you have it. It allows you to be very, very loose with your pencil, even if you don't really, even if you have a tight hand. It helps you be kind of loose. So, and here's the plate. Here's a butter knife. Allows you to be nice and loose with it, even if you have a very tight hand, which I actually do. I feel I do. It also makes you look very professional, which I like. It's not that you're going to have a work of art on every page, but you're going to get quite close to it. Plus, if you really want to really hone in on your skill and get really good at it, this is what you do. This is the software you get. It's also very inexpensive. It's like $119 versus, say, Photoshop, which is $500, and Corel Painter, which is $399 or $499, somewhere in that ballpark. They're still pretty pricey in comparison to this one, which is just a great alternative for any artist that wants to draw well. Well, there you have it. There's the Intous 4, fantastic Intous 4, and Corel Sketch Pad, and that's how I did it.